World ends up trying to get into Israel from Jordan, and they turn him back. They tell him no way. So they call us. So he was, in fact, over there trying to fight jihad or whatever.
You claimed that he had, I guess, said no to Hardy, but I think as well, maybe what contributed as well, I think he dissed Lil Kim on the radio or in a freestyle on Hot.
They say that's what it was about, but I think it was a combination of things.
Yeah.
But I think they were I think they knew he was going to be there. I really do. I think they were like, I mean, these guys are crooks, right? They're murderers, they're drug dealers. They're not listening to Hot 97 necessarily. I think that was planned from the beginning. But I think they might have taken it as that's the way it happened, but I don't believe that. It was too organized. They had too many guys on the ready to go. They were a real tight unit of guys out there. And, you know, it was funny too. World was extorting from everybody. He was going after Foxy Brown, Foxy's brother Gavin Marchand. He had to take off and go hide in Atlanta because they were looking to kill him. And that's when he hooked up with the BMF. A lot of guys hooked up with the BMF. There was Gavin. Some other guy was I forget what act he was. But this guy World he really was upsetting the apple cart in New York. And I guess a lot of people have been calling Jack. I know Jack was tight with Mona Scott and different people in the industry. So people had to be calling him saying, hey, someone's got to do something about this guy. When I talked to Jack on the phone about coming to LA, he's like, hey, I got to talk to you. I got some problem with these guys. I got to talk to you about it. I don't know if he was talking about Jimmy or if he was talking about those guys. But, yeah, it was a crazy era. So,
whatever happened to Hardy?
So, you know, he took off and actually they say he went to Iraq to do jihad. So I didn't know if it was true or not. So a lot of the guys were trying to get into Iraq were going through Jordan. So I called the Israelis up and asked them to see if Jack was crossing the border. And to see if World was crossing the border. And sure enough, World ends up trying to get into Israel from Jordan, and they turn him back. They tell him no way. So they call us. So he was, in fact, over there trying to fight jihad or whatever. Anyway, he ends up coming back to the States. I guess he knew his organization was falling apart. Guys were cooperating. And two of his guys got caught with drugs, and you know they started cooperating, or one of them at least did. And so he's over there. He finally makes his way back, and they catch him, and he pretends that he's insane. I think he actually got shot in the head once back in the day, and I think they were trying to say that was why he was crazy, and they actually at one point were entertaining that he was not psychologically fit to stand trial. And then they were listening to his jail calls, and he admitted to somebody that the whole thing was a joke and a charade.
Right.
And they so he's in jail forever. So
he's in jail forever.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about him. They're not letting him out.
Geez, imagine someone like him today, especially with guys with like Tekashi 6ix9ine out. And
yeah. Well, he had a tight crew. He had this guy eBay. He was actually a hitman on one of the cases I had. I forget if he was on the E Moneybag shooting or the Troy Singleton shooting, but he was a real bad guy, good shooter, and somebody you'd want in your hit team for sure.
Right.